Welcome to the Nerds Cantos.
You ruined it. You ruined it, man. I don't know about you, Stewie, but I was trying to be as quiet as possible, not make a single noise until Nolan, you spoke about. It doesn't matter. And you sniffled. You ruined it.
What? I just work here, man. I don't know what you want.
I work here. You think I pay you? Okay, we are all free interns. Okay, there's no money associated. This is not labor. Okay, we can't call it that.
Oh, you're right.
I don't make money off any of this. God, I wish.
Not yet.
Wish I could dive into my pool of fucking golden coins like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, it just, you need an investor to watch one of your feature-length videos.
Listen, anyone who's watching those feature-length videos, any of our our monthly 5 viewers, I appreciate that. But do we want to start with a nice old, what have we been doing?
Sure.
All right, Nolan, take it away.
Oh, man. Well, I've just started my summer, and it has been filled with reading. Lots of reading.
Tell everyone what you've been reading.
We can talk about that later.
You know what I've been reading.
We'll say it, Nolan.
I've been reading Worm. I've been reading a lot of Worm. It's been taking up every waking hour of my life.
Worm heads, man. Let's go.
You're almost done with it.
So close.
We're not here to talk about Worm. We can do a whole separate Cantos on Worm, which will be, I think this will come out after my Parahumans video, which comes out tomorrow. So stop watching this, go watch the Parahumans video, then come back to this. Then you'll know what Worm is. And then eventually we'll do a podcast episode on Worm.
Also read Worm afterwards. So.
I've already talked about Worm for 3 hours on this YouTube channel. Why not another hour, right? Why not make it a fourth? Because, Stewie, what have you been doing?
I read Mistborn. On topic of reading. Okay, I read Mistborn. I'm going to read Well of Ascension. Probably tonight, if I can.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm also gonna read Ward a little bit tonight if I can, which is the sequel to Worm, but none of us have read that yet, so we'll get there.
That's a journey.
I guess that's what I'm like culture-wise. I've been reading. Yeah, there's not really been a new game. We all have played the new Star Wars game. I don't know if we want to talk about that, but we did do that.
It's been out a while, I think we should just leave it be. Someone, I'm not gonna name names, but someone took too long beating it.
I don't know what you're talking
kind of ruined the window there to get it on the
about.
YouTube clicks. So it's kind of.
I
feel we'll talk about it. I think we should later in the year, before the Game Awards, we should make a video saying what our game of the year is and then predicting what the awards will be. And then we could talk about Jedi Survivor more there, because I'm sure it'll show up when we talk about, talking about game of the year. And stuff. At least I think it will. I could be wrong. Everyone in the industry could just think that game is ass, which would be kind of funny, actually.
Gollum.
I mean, it's the industry. They probably do fucking despise it.
I've been reading as well, by the way. Yeah, the tutorial stuff. But I read a couple books in the past couple days here. I started the King Killer Chronicles, which I will eventually force onto these two gentlemen here, because they're peak. They're fantastic. The second one's not as good as the first one, and then the third one apparently is just never coming out. So I'm, pain. But the first one is a masterpiece. And it's one of the best books I've ever read. It's fucking crazy. Very good book. And then I started a Warhammer book yesterday. My first of many, if you will. And it's a book I'm
Yeah,
only like 40 pages into it. It's a book so far. So
this is the Mortarion one, right?
I am reading the Mortarion book because he's my favorite Primarch. So yeah, I'm gonna save my speaking on that for when I make a feature length video about Warhammer books, or I'm gonna make multiple feature length videos about Warhammer books.
Trilogy.
It's gonna be more than a trilogy because there's like 50 plus just Horus Heresy books, and I'm not buying all of those right now, and I don't even think I would be able to read them all in an order because I read all like 20 something Percy Jackson books, and my mind was melted. So I'm gonna space the Warhammer ones out, and I'll make like videos where I review like 4 books at a time, and then I'm gonna mash them together when I'm completely done into one like 50-hour video.
Damn.
Called "I Read Every Warhammer Book Ever," because that's a clickbaity title, you know. And I think that could get some views. That being said, if we have no other books to talk about, do we want to get into the topic of today's Cantos?
CG trailers.
CG trailers.
Nice bit.
So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna run down everything they announced because I have it pulled up on the PlayStation website. We can give our thoughts on said announcements, and then at the end, I want us to pick our 2 favorite announcements. I would do just our top one, but I feel like I could guess for both of you what yours is, and I feel like you could guess mine. So let's do our top 2 just to spice it up, make it a little different. Do we want to get right into it?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Alrighty. First off, on the PlayStation website here, we've got the PlayStation Project Q, which is that little handheld device. You guys remember that? Like it looked like the Wii U.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Disgustingness.
Yeah, I think it looked like garbage, and also it's only streaming, so it's not even like the Wii. It's not like the Switch or the Steam Deck where you can buy the, or like download the games to it. No, you have to stream it, and it has to be on Wi-Fi. So I don't know why it exists. Is what I'm
Should have
saying.
made another PSV.
Right.
Should have just made.
They should have made a PS Vita too. Actually, that would have been kind of sick. Oh, and then the PlayStation Airbuds as well.
Oh,
Wii
God,
U, look at
yeah.
that. Those earbuds look
AirPods.
horrendously
They look
uncomfortable.
awful. I kind of like the case that they came in. It kind of where you like slid sideways. I think that's kind of interesting, but
It looked chunky. Where the fuck are you gonna put it?
yeah,
In your pocket? Huh?
I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know, man. These things, because it looks like the PS5. It just looks bad. It just looks. Let's get to a game. Okay, that's our thoughts on the technology they announced. The first game on this list is the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake. Slash the announcement that the Metal Gear Solid games are coming to consoles again. So how are we feeling?
Good.
I
CG
mean,
trailer.
yes, okay. First of all, yeah, it is a CG trailer. Second of all, Konami is making it, so I don't know. And lastly, I don't know. A remake for a Metal Gear Solid game is. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, maybe if the Silent Hill 2 remake is good, then
After what they did to Metal Gear Solid 5 and that whole other Metal Gear Online game, which
the Metal
they
Gear
somehow
What?
Survive.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys remember Metal Gear Survive? The best
Metal
game
Gear
in the
Online was
franchise?
fine. I don't know how they fucked it up when they made their own like single standalone game, but they did because they try and make it a fucking zombie survival tower defense.
strange.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, I don't
Konami's
know.
weird, I think that's the most I could say about it.
As long as they let me throw out grenades and alligators and mouths, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Nolan, do you have any last other thoughts?
The trailer threw us through a loop the entire time. It was
Yeah, it was weird.
I got a little suspicious when I saw the parrot, but
That's
everything
fair.
before that was strange.
It just looked like Jurassic Park. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it just looked like some jungle game.
Or like Civilization something. Not like Civ, but like something else where it's like, because it had the snake, and then the snake or the bird was eating the frog, and then the snake ate the bird, and then or like the crocodile ate the. It doesn't matter. Like it was like some weird like circle of life bullshit. Did not look like Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, the next game we have is the CG trailer for Marathon by Bungie.
Pretty wild.
It's pretty wild. So it is a extraction PvP shooter.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it is not a single player game because Bungie can't make those anymore.
Yeah, I'm a bit.
I don't know. I'm not saying. I mean, whatever. If there was some gameplay, I think I'd be more interested in whatever. But like, it's just CG. So
I lost all interest when I heard extractions.
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting that.
I feel like those just don't work. I can't think of an extraction shooter off the top of my
Tarkov
head.
is the only one that works, and it's
Tarkov.
riddled with cheaters. So
Yeah.
Well, they can give it a shot. Speaking of Bungie, Destiny 2 DLC, everybody.
yeah,
And they brought Cade 6 back.
They killed off all the good characters and realized that they didn't have any good characters left, so they brought back the fan favorite. Funny.
Same voice actor they got rid of, so
So weird.
none of us care about Destiny if you can't tell 5 viewers. So
Minigame. Destiny. I'm sorry. All right, that's all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that's gotten that bad. Play something else. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
So after that, there was a Street Fighter trailer, which I think we all went to the bathroom for. We were all like, "Okay, time to piss." None of us give a shit. I don't think.
I mean, it looks. If you like fighting games,
yeah, sure. Fucking who cares?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like we'll go back to the AAA games. Let's do the VR2 announcement. So Beat Saber is coming to PSVR 2 with Queen music.
I can't believe that.
Resident Evil 4 is coming to VR. I'm just gonna shotgun.
That looks real good.
That does look good actually. Arizona Sunshine 2 is coming to VR. That was a CG trailer, but Arizona Sunshine's fun, so I'm sure it'll be cool. A Crossfire VR game is coming out. That looked really not good.
It looked lame as hell.
Yeah, it looked like Ghetto Ass Army 2.
FNAF Help Wanted 2 is coming to PSVR, and then
Not real.
Synapse, which is like that sci-fi game where you like with your left hand you were like picking people up and throwing them. I don't know. It looked fun, but like none of us have a PSVR 2, so none of these will be played. The shotgun and the indie announcements as well. We have Ghost Runner 2, which that looked pretty sick.
It did look sick.
They showed gameplay, right? Or did I imagine that?
They showed a little bit.
I think they showed a little, yeah.
I like Ghost Runner 1, so I'm here for it. There's a game called the Plucky Squire Storybook, which is the one where it looks like Paper Mario, and then he would like walk out of the book.
Yeah.
The Legend of Plucky.
Yeah, it looked really nice. Art design was great.
I think it'd be fun. It'd be a fun kind of game. I don't know if I'm like hyped for it, but it looked good. Sword of the Sea, which is a new game made by the people who made Journey, coming out. And those games are fun to watch. I've never had fun playing them though. I tried to play Journey and I got bored. I was like, I don't know. It looked pretty though.
It did look very pretty.
It looked pretty.
It did, yeah.
Now they just got the PlayStation blog I'm on has now just gotten rid of photos, so now I just don't even know what these games are. Oh, here we go. Teardown is coming to PS5, which is that like pixelated game that I think everyone was telling me is already out on PC, and you just break shit. Cool, right? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, Breakdown's been out for a while, so like, I don't know why they showed it coming to PS5. And plus, you can't get mods on it on PlayStation. Well, unless they have mod support, which I highly doubt they're gonna do.
They're not gonna add mod support. Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean is coming out next year. They announced that.
They kept that one short and sweet. I like that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. There's a game called Neva, which is there's that artsy trailer that had like the old black lady. I'm assuming she's old, and like the big dog with antlers.
Mm-hmm.
That none of us enjoyed because it didn't show like any gameplay. So it's like, what is your game? Revenant Hill as well. Oh, sorry, you can go, Stewie.
No, I was agreeing. It's just
okay.
CG trailers.
CG trailers. We got Welcome to Revenant Hill, which is made by the same people who made what's that game called with the cat?
Night in the Woods.
Night in the Woods. Thank you. It's made by the Night in the Woods guys. Which they actually showed gameplay for it, so that looks.
I'm curious about that game. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not much about it.
I like Night in the Woods, but I'm not getting into that. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay, we're not talking about Night in the Woods. So Ag Hasba, a bit of a weird name. That was the one where it looked like it was open world, and it was like I've got to save the environment, and then they were like, I mentioned it looked like Shadow Colossus when he jumped on a big creature, and then he picked up like a smaller creature and then left. I don't know. It honestly did not look interesting.
Yeah, I think I spaced out during that.
Yeah,
it looked like a weird Breath of the Wild.
It looked like it was. Yeah,
I paid attention until he like started building prefab structures, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just checked out.
We've got the Talos Principle 2.
Jump scare.
I didn't even know that game like made enough money to get a sequel, so
big day for 5 Talos Principle fans. Big day for them.
And then there was Ultros, which was that, as PlayStation calls it, a psychedelic sci-fi side scroller coming to PS5. This was the one that looked like a Metroidvania. It was like super colorful and sci-fi. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I thought that one looked actually kind of enjoyable, but I don't think it had a release date, so it's, I don't really care. Now let's get to the AAA games, right? Let's get to what everyone's here for, I think. Okay, Tower of Fantasy, an immersive cyberpunk open world RPG that hits PS5 and PS4. This.
And why don't you tell us your opinions about Tower of Fantasy?
It's you're gonna play it for like 2 hours, and then you're gonna be like, all right,
it's Genshin Impact.
It's Genshin Impact with guns.
Mm-hmm.
And worse graphics.
Yeah.
Great. Let's get all the RPGs out of the way. We've got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink roster. It got 2 new characters announced. I don't know what the fuck this game is.
Anime game.
It's an anime game, and I've never played a Grand Blue game, so like.
I think there's an anime, like an actual like animated anime.
I think so too. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
So then we've got Concord, which is a PvP multiplayer FPS from Firewalk Studios. Firewalk is owned by PlayStation, and I'm trying to see what other games they have made so that we can... Oh, this is their first game. Okay. Well, it didn't show much. It was a CG trailer.
It's like the heist game.
No, this was the one on the spaceship. That we were all like,
the one that was like for like 10 seconds long.
Yeah, it was like 10 seconds. Apparently, I didn't even know it was PvP, but apparently it's a PvP game. So, cool. This is one of those ones where, like, especially for a brand new studio, a studio owned by Sony, and this is their first game, I feel like you got to show more. Like, you can't just show nothing.
Yeah, they definitely need to show literally anything besides burger and locker.
I'm opening all these links in separate tabs so I can actually just speed run them. So give me a second. All right. This is the one you were talking about, Nolan, is Fair Game with a money symbol after it, which is the competitive heist game coming to PS5 and PC. This is what they opened the show with.
It looked very corny, and it looked
we didn't see any gameplay either.
Yeah, it didn't look special.
Looked like a game that I'd see streamers play for a week, and then it'd never appear on the internet ever again, and it die in obscurity.
I tell you what, though, I do like the idea of a multiplayer heist game.
Sounds like a good idea, yeah, but they
But this didn't show it. Yeah, this was nothing. So like whatever.
Made an animated trailer and called it a day.
We've also got Helldivers 2, which is coming to PS5 later this year.
That looks like good soup.
Yeah, this looked like a fun time.
I never played. Oh wait, no. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, Helldivers 2 look good.
Bugs.
It gave me. I mean, we were all saying it looked like a Starship Troopers game with just the bugs, and then it was like a propaganda trailer, which was kind of fun. So I'm interested in that. I'd be down. Here's another game I'm interested in: Foam Stars from Square Enix. You guys remember this? The Splatoon game?
Yeah, the game with the worst lighting ever because it's a PS4 game.
Awful, dude. I don't know what Square Enix was doing, but this is. They're like 7 years too late to make fun of Splatoon. Like, I mentioned it while we were watching the show, but there have been 3 Splatoon games in the time it took them to make one Splatoon ripoff. Like,
there was a third.
The third came out last year. It was up for like Game of the Year and shit, I thought. Like, it was,
Oh my god.
Yeah, right? I mean, wacky shit. Let's move on. We've got the Immortals of Avum, I think is how you say that. I don't know. It's a weird fantasy thing. This was the Magic game.
Yeah,
that was like first person. Yeah.
With the not wizard.
There's a lot of spells. I like spells, so.
I like spells too, but I have a feeling it's gonna be it's gonna get repetitive.
Yeah.
The enemy design looked better than any of the characters that showed up on screen. So
this looks like this is the type of game that's either really good and no one buys it, and just kind of like unfortunately flies under the radar, or it's like ass and no one buys it. That's what this looks like to me.
I can see that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think either way, I don't really think anyone's gonna buy this. It comes out on July 20th. Oh lord, not a soul is buying this game. That is okay. Let's move on, just like everyone else's retention span did. Alan Wake 2, October 17th.
John Wick game.
He did look like John Wick.
I'm hyped.
The game you play as a Fed.
Well, so I saw this. They announced this earlier. There are 2 characters, and it's like Resident 2 and 3, where you pick, like, there's the Alan Wake story, and then there's, I don't know the other character's name, but then there's the FBI girl.
The Fed.
Yeah, and then I guess eventually they cross, and then it's like, okay, well, you did Alan Wake, so now do the Fed story and find out, like, what the different things, so whatever. I don't know. Cool idea. Yeah, I haven't played Alan Wake 1, though, personally, but
I play a little bit. I find it a little weird that they're doing Resident Evil scenarios. It's kind of strange, but
yeah, I don't know.
It's not the worst idea.
Graphically, it looked great, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Now we got one here, Nolan, that I think you'll enjoy, and that's 2.
Yeah, man, that really you cut out, and it really killed the momentum.
See, I said Dragon's Dogma 2, and
oh my god!
There we go.
It's real good. I'm so hyped for it. It looks just like Dragon's Dogma.
I still need to beat the first game.
I hate the first game.
Why do you hate the first game?
I forgot about
because
that.
the combat sucks. Okay, there's no dodge button unless you play as a fucking warrior or a rogue or whatever. So wizards just can't dodge. It's ass.
Skill issue.
The characters aren't really characters. I don't like half your. I think the gameplay is there. I like the world design. I like the enemies. I love climbing on the monsters. Like, I think with some improvements, Dragon's Dogma 2, holy shit, could be fantastic. But the first one, I'm like, nah. And it looks like they improved it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what was going on, but they were climbing on monsters still, so I'm here for it.
Well, yes.
Did look good though. It did look.
It looked nice, yeah.
Very good. Nolan, do you have anything else you want to speak on Dragon's Dogma?
I mean, the story in it is probably going to be the exact same as the last game because it's kind of a gimmick story. I'm not going to spoil it though.
You fight a dragon.
Yeah, you fight a dragon.
Who's in the trailer. Same dragon as well, or it looked like the same dragon.
It's a different dragon.
Okay.
Still
he did the same thing though. Rip the heart out or whatever.
That's the gimmick.
Yeah. So you gotta kill dragon. It looks cool. I'm glad it's happening. The first one came out in 2012.
What?
Yeah. 2012. So hell yeah. Now we've got an RPG that I think looks better, and that's Final Fantasy 16.
Oh.
Kaiju fights.
It's gonna be so fun.
Lots of kaiju fights. Now, me and Nolan are obviously gonna play this game. We enjoy Final Fantasy. Stewie, are you gonna play Final Fantasy 16?
I mean, maybe. I've never been a big Final Fantasy guy.
You're missing out.
Mostly because there's 16 of them now.
Okay. None of them connect. Okay?
I know none of them connect. That doesn't help. It makes it a little stranger, in my opinion.
Nah. I think that's dope.
I can't really talk. There's like 7 Ace Combat games, and
yeah,
3
you like
of them
Persona.
are,
Persona does the same thing.
Oh, Persona has a connected.
So I mean, Final Fantasy's got some connections. They've got the same, they got Moogles and Chocobos, and the summons are all the same.
What the fuck is a Moogle?
See,
you know it's solid. Okay.
Yeah, you would know if you played any.
The cacti guy, but he's in like
cactus
every.
Is in the, yeah, he's there too.
Square Enix game.
Moogles are the little white dudes with the like pink ball above their head. I'm gonna send a photo out. There'll be a photo on screen too. I'm gonna.
Is that one I've heard from Monster Hunter? Those things? I hate those things. Yeah. They look gross.
No, leave the Moogle alone.
They didn't do nothing, bro.
They're the shopkeepers. Like, if you want to buy a potion, you go talk to a Moogle, Like, love me Moogles. Chocobos are better, though. Chocobos go hard. I love Chocobos. The Chocobo theme, specifically. Yeah,
Chocobos look neat. Oh my god, look at the picture. Oh, what's wrong with its face? Why does it have...
Dude, what do you mean what's wrong with its face? It's a Moogle. It's a cute little dude. It's a cute little guy who sells you potions in Phoenix Downs. Phoenix Up. Phoenix Up. I don't remember what the revives are called. I think they're Phoenix Ups, but...
I don't even remember.
But yeah, this one seems to be... It's supposed to be like Game of Thrones. Super dark and fantasy themed, which we haven't had. We have not had a fantasy themed Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 9. So I'm with it.
Crazy.
It's a long fucking time. And I like the kaiju fights. They looked insane.
Yeah, kaiju fights do look nice.
Yeah, those looked fucking crazy. Next, however, we've got Assassin's Creed Mirage launching October 12th.
Oh my god. It looks It looks we're back. Okay.
We're back, boys. We're back.
I mean, it did look nice, but it's also made by Ubisoft.
Hey.
I don't forget, all right?
He's wearing assassin robes, okay? He's missing a finger, and it's a stealth game. I'm good. I'm in. You sold me already. I don't even care, all right? And it didn't look like an RPG. The HUD wasn't on screen, but it didn't look,
It's a montage of them flashing through all the gear items.
Yeah, there's smoke bombs and poison darts. Like, we're back, okay?
Time will tell.
I mean, Time will tell comes out in October, which is kind of cool, so it's not that long of a wait.
Is there going to be a Final Fantasy Easter egg in this one?
Maybe. I do know the leaks, which have been pretty right so far, have said the season pass will include a full remake of Assassin's Creed 1 in the engine they used for Mirage.
What?
Yeah. That's what the leaks are saying.
What the fuck?
Which is insane, by the way.
That is insane. What?
But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm here for it. Because
throw that in the trailer somewhere.
They should have, but I think they'll announce that at like the Ubisoft showcase happening in like a week or two.
Oh, yeah,
but
I forgot. Everyone does their own showcase now.
Fuck yeah.
Which none of us will watch. But
Rainbow Six Siege 2? What?
Yeah, but I think last year
10-year hasn't run out yet. No.
Oh my god.
Is Siege still not hit like the 10-year? Like
no.
What are they at?
8? It's got to be 8.
I think 8 or 9.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, it has to be.
They're dead ass about this one, I guess. Props to them.
Well, I mean, it makes money.
Yeah,
I assume. Maybe I'm shooting shit out my ass, but I think the game makes money. So, we got one last game here, boys, and I saved, the big one for last. We got Marvel's Spider-Man 2 gameplay.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. We got a Craven trailer, which for like a brief heartbeat, I thought they were just going to show that and only that. And then they shot right into gameplay. And it looked... Oh boy, it looked so good.
It's insane, man.
The symbiote suit immediately.
Yeah, they're using the symbiote in creative ways. They're not just making him punch harder.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Creative design too, I think, where it looked, I don't know, muscly.
I like the muscly bits. It's a little panely for my taste, but it doesn't look bad. It just looks a little.
Yeah. All right. So we enjoy it, okay?
Okay, all right.
You're not supposed to criticize it, all right?
It looks good. Just a little panely for my taste. I do like the undervans. It makes it look unfinished, and it makes it more biomechanical.
Right.
Lizard shows up. He looks really cool. I like how he's like Godzilla-esque. Yeah, more Godzilla-esque dinosaur instead of just like a big Komodo dragon.
But not Tasm dinosaur where he looks stupid. He's like hunched over and all spiky and shit. But cool, I thought.
Yeah. He also sheds apparently.
Yeah. Well, they said in the trailer like, oh, he's getting bigger. So maybe he will be a kaiju by the end of it.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, yeah, that would be
kaiju
wacky. We got web gliders as well.
Web gliding is going to be huge, I think. It's going to be awesome.
I think so, too.
That launch move?
Yeah, where he slingshotted himself. Looked great. Miles shot a fucking Kamehameha at some guy, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. What else? I think it's interesting that they're opening with Black Suit Peter, like already off the bat.
Yeah, I think they're getting it out of the way, just showing it to us, getting the fans hyped, I think.
Yeah.
It is interesting though.
Mm-hmm. I never beat the first game, but I love it. It was real fun.
Brother, go beat it. What are you doing?
Go beat the first
one. To be honest, I haven't really played it that much. I beat like Shocker and
Shocker. Oh my! That's like 4 hours in the game. We got rid of
that sound, didn't we? Oh, we did. The soundboard. I think Craig would record the soundboard. I was gonna play the Shocker sound, but I think we got rid of it. Shocker. I hope they do that in this game.
They better.
They better, at least in some way, have him scream bloody murder at Shocker.
He almost did this trailer when he was chasing after the helicopter. Yeah. He was mad. He was seething.
I can't believe you didn't beat the first game at all. I cannot believe. Did you beat Miles or did you just not play Miles?
I didn't touch Miles.
God, bro. I mean, I guess you got some time, and they just said fall release, so we don't know when it's coming out. But
brother, you gotta beat the first game.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, Miles is great, but you don't.
if you just like rush the story, it isn't that long.
Oh no, it's only gonna. Both of them would only take like together combined. Rushing story is probably only gonna take you like 15 hours.
Yeah, the first game if you rush story is like about 9 more hours, I'd say.
It will be done.
The side content's fun though. It's just a fun game to kind of swing around, and then apparently in 2 it's gonna be better. Yeah. Let's get to the main event here. Our top 2. All right, let's all start with our second one.
Oh.
And whoever wants to go first.
Metal Gear Solid, I guess, because that's the only game that I'm really skeptical about.
Okay.
But it's the only other one I really care about too.
Fair enough.
All the other ones were.
See, most of them were CG, so it's
most of them were CG, and the ones that weren't, I'm not like really invested in, like Final Fantasy.
Fair enough. Nolan.
Nolan. Go.
My second is probably Dragon's Dogma 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that, actually.
I think that'll be my first.
I did. I thought Dragon's Dogma 2. You screamed. You agged last night.
Yeah, you fucking lost it. When
me and Stewie, we saw the Capcom logo. We went, nah, no way. And then Nolan, you let out a screech.
You howled.
Yeah, like a fucking dog. Did you stand up or were you still sitting down? Okay, I tell you what, yeah, because for my 2 picks, I also stood up. Did a little pace around my room as far as my mic would allow me. I guess I'll say my second. My second was Assassin's Creed, which I don't know. Did you guys assume I would pick Assassin's Creed?
I mean, I assumed it'd be that or the Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
You got really excited when the Assassin's Creed stuff popped up.
I am an Assassin's Creed fan. I have beaten them all. I've played every Assassin's Creed game, even the ones I would rather not speak on. I have
talk about those.
Yeah, and for 7 years
a whole
now,
different Kansas right there.
It has been 7 years since the new formula started, and it's been a long time since I've had a fucking Assassin's Creed game. So I kind of lost my mind a little bit. Final Fantasy is a close third though, but that game has like 10 trailers and like 15 minutes of gameplay. Really, like that shit. I get excited for it, but I'm like, I've seen it already.
Yeah.
So it's not as exciting as seeing Assassin's Creed footage. But what's our number ones? We'll go Stewie first, the same order.
It's gotta be Spider-Man. Like it's gotta be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, before we talk about it, Nolan, what's your number one?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
I want my rated M Final Fantasy, dude.
That's true. A lot of blood, and it's cool. I can't wait. Maybe we could do a Cantos on Final Fantasy. Nolan, just me, you, because I know we'll be playing the fuck out of it. And that's a month from now, so that's perfect right there for our monthly Cantos episodes. But my number one is also, predictably, if you watch our other Cantos videos, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man.
Did we have what else we want to say, by the way? We kind of talked about all the games a little bit already.
The only thing I guess I could talk about is the Metal Gear Solid collection, which they're apparently doing minor cosmetic changes to for some copyright garbage.
Probably music, I would assume.
Maybe there's a lot of licensed stuff in Metal Gear Solid. Like there's like little like Easter eggs and stuff. So there might be some of that, which would be kind of lame. I don't know. As long as they just keep the changes to small stuff, I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue. But it's Konami, so I wouldn't put past them.
They're gonna put a Pachinko. It's just gonna be a Pachinko machine.
We're gonna put past them. Just completely just gut the game somehow. Yeah. Just remove some fan beloved feature and be like, no, we didn't think it was important.
Like you're gonna open, it's gonna be like Metal Gear Solid 2, and then you have to win. It's not even a pachinko machine; it's like a game of pinball. Like you have to win a game of pinball, and then it'll just play a cutscene. That's from
win
Metal
a game
Gear
of
Solid
pinball
2.
and get like 15 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, you reward yourself for doing really. You can't even win pinball. There's no winning. You just get higher points. But fucking Konami's crazy. Do we want to make any predictions about any of the games before we go?
I guess we do some Spider-Man ones.
I mean, half of them are gonna flop.
Absolutely. No way for sure.
A few of these are definitely just gonna sink into the obscurity.
Well, you know what? Okay, I've got a thing. Because I said earlier we should do like predicting the Game Awards before the Game Awards, but right now, let's place Game Award predictions now. What do we think is winning Game of the Year?
Jedi Survivor.
Huh. Interesting. Is that Game of the Year for you right now? Okay.
I don't know. I want to say Spider-Man, but like the Game Awards don't really care for.
It got nominated.
It did.
Well, it was up against Red Dead 2 and God of War, though. But it did get nominated, so it's something, I guess.
It would be nice if it won.
Right.
I get like.
It's Tears of the Kingdom, guys.
I don't I didn't want to say it.
I'll be the one to say it. It's either Zelda or honestly, I think Final Fantasy 16 just cuz like those are the two running, long franchises. People, the Game Awards people have the older Final. I think I could see that squeezing up top. But I think it's Zelda. And I'll say, for me personally, placing them now before I've even played the game, I think Game of the Year for me is going to be Spider-Man. I don't even think that's a competition. So that's because I don't know. I but it just doesn't feel like Game of the Year quality for me.
Well,
yeah, maybe if they gave Cal Helmet, it'd be Game of the Year for me.
My answer's probably going to change.
Yeah.
Give Cal more head customization.
It's very early in the year.
There's
only been like 2 AAA games, and they've been Jedi Survivor and Zelda. So, underrated indie game should be Bolt Gun though. Bolt Gun should win best indie if it counts. I think yeah. I'm gonna assume it counts as indie. So Bolt Gun should win.
Yeah.
Good game. Go play it.
Fun as fuck.
Yeah, it's very good. But I don't know. We got anything else we want to end on? I guess we can end it here. We've been going long enough.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I think we talk about is the new Flash trailer, but like,
we're okay. I think so. Fellow humans, I would like to thank the 5 of you for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.